Okay, so if you have already noticed, the name of this channel is, well, it's Harvey Hook, but also GetHimHooked.com. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to get him hooked, how to get someone hooked on you. But as always, honestly, this shit doesn't matter. And I mean that in the most honest sense. Like, if you're in a relationship and you're thinking about how to get your partner more hooked on you, we got to stop asking how can we get that person hooked on you and ask, well, first of all, why do you need him hooked on you? You know, is it a security blanket? Is it like, it's like I often find what I'm actually doing is I'm somewhat of a drug dealer. Like, I teach people how to get relationships, but what they really are doing is using it to get their partner to stay in their life, because it's almost like drugs. You know, that love has become their drug. It wasn't cocaine, it wasn't crack, it wasn't any of that shit. It was love. And so this video is about how to get someone hooked, but from a really wholesome perspective, not from the perspective of, oh, I'm going to manipulate them to get them to like me, because really at the end of the day, if you're getting someone to like you for that specific reason, all you're doing is it's just a drug. It's like you're getting love from someone else because you couldn't give it to yourself. So as always, the stuff that I produce, it's quite universal. Love is a universal language. I'm doing this because honestly, I speak mostly to women in these videos who are interested in men, but it doesn't mean if you're a man interested in another man, or you're a woman interested in a woman, or you're a man interested in a woman. This shit, love is universal. You know, the people that tell you that it's different just because men thinks probably a certain way, maybe what, they got testicles, women got certain things as well that are different, right? But this thing's transient. So, and this thing is so transcendental as well, that love is more than just your genitals. So I really hope you can understand this sort of stuff. If you're new to this channel, you don't know who I am, my name is Harvey Hook, and I'm a dating relationship coach. I mostly work with the synchronistic nature of love. So what that means is I look at the direct relationship between how we're feeling and the results that we are getting. Because generally, if we're not getting the right results, usually it's because we think or feel a certain way that's actually holding us back from getting the results that we want. So here's the thing. A lot of people want how to learn how to get him hooked, right? Fucking, that's the name of my website, GetHimHooked.com. And I originally chose it because I thought it was going to be Googleable. Now, the more I learn about business, I'm like, that shit's sort of irrelevant. But at the end of the day, if you want to get someone hooked, it is really about your ability to express yourself. If you are holding back because you're afraid, and you're thinking some strategy is going to help you get that person hooked on you or addicted to you, you know, if you act a certain way, if you say certain things, if you were to kiss him in a certain way, for example, I've seen some ads pop up like that on YouTube. All you're doing is creating layers, right? Security blanket layers. And they might help you feel good now, but at the end of the day, a lot of that stuff is mental masturbation. You know, we are only doing stuff to make ourselves feel good, but we're not actually doing stuff that makes the world feel good or makes our partner feel good. If you want to learn how to get someone hooked on you, make them feel good. It's just as simple as that. But if you think it requires a certain strategy, I'm not saying this is you specifically. You know, this is a YouTube video. This stuff is very general sometimes. If you think you need to be anything, then you're not, right? Then not only are you communicating to yourself that you're enough, but what you'll do is, even if you do get your partner, the moment you stop doing those things, the relationship's over, because you're no longer yourself. So this is why when I work with people, honestly, the first thing I do is I get them to see what the fuck's actually going on inside them. You know, like who they actually are as a person, what's going on. Are you great? Are you enough as you are? Because if you don't think you're enough as you are, what happens is you'll train other people to think you're not enough. You know, you'll go on a date and it's like, but isn't that weird? Like, why are they going on a date with me? You know, I haven't done anything. Or, you know, it's really funny. Like, some people think that people only like them, or they're just being polite around them. But at the end of the day, if someone likes you, they're going to be polite. So what's the difference? So your ability to be loved, for example, your ability to welcome love into your life is not really about any strategy or any tips or any tricks or fucking text messages, right? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of manipulative stuff that's out there, and I think it's total bullshit. I used to be like king of that stuff. I learned every trick in the book to only realize that shit still didn't make me happy. So that's why a lot of the stuff that I teach is all about unconditional happiness. It's about expressing yourself. It's about being okay expressing yourself and being okay getting it wrong. If you want to know how to get someone hooked, be completely okay not getting them hooked. Like, completely fucking surrender to whatever outcome comes. Not in the sense that, people will then say, but I won't get that person. Well, here's the thing. If you were okay not getting that person, you'd probably end up doing everything right anyway. A lot of the time when I'm working with people, it's almost like a vibrational thing. It's like when we let go of what we think we need and we surrender to what we're actually feeling, what ends up happening is that we end up being truly us. So when we're truly us, they get to actually get to know you. Maybe they're not hooked by you, but at the end of the day, they might actually realize, hey, I like this person. Friends, not friends, then you meet their friends and they might introduce you because they might not actually be available right then, but then what happens is they might introduce you to their friends. So I got into this stuff because I didn't believe in myself. Simple as that. I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I was reading this stuff for most of my life, to be honest. I was reading about it, learning about it, but I never believed that I was enough. So what I would do is I would either try and change myself or try and change other people. And what did that do? Sure, I learned some stuff, I learned some great communication strategies, which at the end of the day, the stuff that I will teach on how to do is basic communication. But a good majority of the stuff that I want to get across to you guys and to really teach and the stuff that people I work with, they get it as well, is that, before you learn any of that stuff, you have to be okay getting it wrong, and you have to be okay being alone, you have to be okay pushing people away, you have to be okay fucking it up, you have to be also okay getting it right? You have to be okay with it slowing down from time to time. The general word is equanimity, to be at complete peace with whatever the outcome is. Because when you have the complete peace with whatever the outcome is, you can then see through the matrix. You can then see through what's actually going on, and you can see what your partner wants. You want to get someone hooked? Give them what they want before they know it, because they're probably telling you anyway. Someone needs love, someone needs cherishment, someone needs to feel like they can finally experience something, right? If it was me and I wanted to make money quick, right? What I would do is I would produce videos and I would give you a lot of, send him this text message. And I did that in the start because I thought that's what people wanted, and sometimes I still do it because that's actually what people need. It's nuanced, it's empathetic, it's a very long, twisted journey. It's not a straight line. But what people do is they want a formula because they are afraid of feeling uncomfortable, or they're afraid of being afraid, or they're afraid of being alone. So they want a formula which is a mental masturbation thing. So when they get the formula, they finally go, oh, okay, I can do it now. Maybe they do it, maybe they get some results, but because they never fully understood the whole spectrum of relationships and how theirs fit in, and more importantly, because they never understood that they were enough, pretty soon the next problem comes up. And then you solve that, and the next problem comes up. Solve that, next problem comes up. And then pretty soon the whole situation has taught you that, honestly, it's taught you that you want to solve problems, that the more problems you solve, the better things get. But what I find is when we let go of the actual emotions that cause us the problems in the first place, it's like they never existed. And then not only that, you can see what the fuck's actually going on. You can see what people are saying. You can see if they actually need love or if they need friendship. If you want to get someone hooked, don't even try. Stop trying. Stop trying so goddamn fucking hard. You want to get someone hooked? How to get him hooked? Be a goddamn human being. You want to get someone hooked? Dress well, but not because you want someone else to like you. Dress well because you feel good, and that's just another manifestation of that. You want to get someone hooked? Feel good about yourself. Learn to feel good about yourself regardless of the relationship. But then some people say, yeah, but I don't have the relationship. I still would like one. It's like, great. But are you okay not having one? Give in to your emotions. Stop trying to control those things. It's really funny. Years ago, I used to get people saying, you're only human, right? And I go, that's the problem. And occasionally I get someone I meet that they want to be superhuman. And, I could pretty much make a whole entire new channel on being superhuman in your endeavors and in your workflow and in your business and in your life and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, right, you want to be superhuman, you got to embrace the human side. How else are you going to do it? If you want to have a world-class relationship, or you want a relationship that's just good for you, right? You got to know what you want. This shit is not hard. This shit is not hard. And the people that say it hard, maybe, look, it's been hard for them, right? And when you're in a hard situation, you don't know any better, so you think it's hard. But if you've ever learnt anything in your life and realized that once you learn how it works, it's just real easy, love and relationships are the same thing. You want to get someone hooked, take a look at the reason why you want to get someone hooked. You know, because sometimes we want to get someone hooked because it's not what they need, but it's what we need. And if it's what you need at the detriment of what they want, ideally what you would like is the best for all people involved. Them, you. And if you don't believe that you're enough, if you don't believe that you're worthy enough or all that kind of stuff, then what are you even doing? You know? I look out there and I connect with people. And we all try way too hard. I've definitely done it. I sometimes do it in my business because I lose focus. So I think, oh God, I gotta get more clients. So I try and produce more videos for more clients. But what does that do? And every time you try and force things, what do? You end up pushing. It's like every time you push, people push back. So what if in your love life you didn't push? And then people are afraid, but if I don't push, I'll never get it. Or maybe if you pushed, you stopped pushing, you would get it. Because you goddamn trust yourself. That your stuff is enough, that you are enough, that you're beautiful, that you can just find love being authentically you. And I think half the stuff out there is total bullshit. Total bullshit. It's all designed to pull you in. And it's designed to hurt. It's just designed to hurt. Because they know if they hurt you, you'll stick around. And what does that do? Then if you're hurt and that made you stick around, then you learn, I gotta hurt other people, get them to stick around. But it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. A lot of the stuff that you read online, have you paid attention to what you think? Have you paid attention to what you want? Do you actually know what you want? Do you actually know who you are? Do you actually know what it feels like to be loved? Because if you know that, you'll know what another person wants. To be loved. So, if you're watching this video and you're on this journey for your love life, you don't have to force it. You don't have to try. You just got to follow your goddamn instincts. Do whatever you want to do. Do you want to go out? Do you want to party? Do you not? It's so funny. I talk to people, I work with people, right? And they go, yeah, but we talk about dating. We talk about goddamn dating, right? My fucking job. We talk about dating and they're like, yeah, but I don't want to date. I go, well, first of all, what are we talking about? Second of all, more specifically, it's not that they don't want to date. It's more that they're afraid of getting hurt or they're afraid of going out and meeting people. They're afraid of putting an effort in. What happens if you weren't afraid of it? You do what needs to be done. You already know this shit. You already know how it works. You already know. And if you don't think you know, it's because you're trying to control it. So stop trying to control it. And start trusting yourself that even if you're afraid, even if you're worried, even if you don't think you're attractive, that this shit's going to work out for you. Because you don't need to believe it. Here's the thing, like, you don't need to believe it, but actively avoiding it doesn't help. You know, when I work with people, what I do is I get them to let go of a lot of their fears, right? So we let go a lot of their fears so they stop sabotaging their relationships. And then generally what happens is that it starts working in their favor. And when they stop sabotaging, either they believe in it or other people who believed in them or liked them started to come out of the woodworks. And that's why I can tell if people apply for a call and they're self-sabotagers, I'm not going to get on a call with them. My job is to not stop them from self-sabotaging. My job is to be in alignment with whatever they wanted. So if there's someone who's going to self-sabotage themselves and they're going to use me to sabotage themselves more, I ain't doing that shit. You can't make me do it. I ain't fucking doing it. There are some people who want more love, and as I said, they start to believe in themselves or they've got space to believe in themselves. So then they apply and I can tell that their journey is on the up, and then I join them on the up. I'm part of their up journey. So you're on your own fucking journey. You're on your own journey. If you're single, if you're in a relationship, or if you're not, if you're polyamorous, if you're any of that fucking, if you're on any spectrum, you're going to find where you fit in it. You're going to find where you fit, or you've already found it. And even if you found it, you're still getting to the core of it. Life is a discovery process. You look around, you look at your hand, you're like, I'm alive. Do I like this? Do I not like this? And you get to decide in every moment. So be easy on yourself. God, be fucking easy on yourself. It's just so much shit that we tell ourselves. And we get ourselves to do because we think that if we're going to do it, we're going to be happy. The happiness was never out there. It was always inside. Love was never out there. It was always inside. And what happens when you find it inside? Well, comes from the in, goes outwards. Comes from the in, goes outwards. Your world cannot help but change. But when it's on the inside, it won't matter if the world changes. And that's usually when it does. So thank you so much for watching this video. This video turned out to be very different to what I thought it was going to be. I don't think I'm going to edit it much or at all. Maybe just the start, just to make sure you don't see like me like, oh, is the camera working? Is the audio on? Like that kind of crap. If you do like this video, make sure to leave a like, because if you did, then I like you. Make sure to subscribe, because we produce videos like this a lot now. Next one is going to be video 100, so I don't know what I'm going to do for that yet, so I might actually give this a bit of a break to figure that out. I have a podcast. If you don't know that, it's called the Honest Modern Dating Podcast. You can get that on iTunes, Spotify, God knows where, everywhere else where podcasts exist. But more importantly, that one is also going to get to 100. So I don't know what to do. Do I join it together? Do I not? Here's the thing. The shit that I talk about, I fucking live and breathe it. So I don't, unless the idea comes to me and it's like, this is the thing that I need to do, I don't worry about it. Because I know that something's going to come or happen or help me figure it out. I have complete faith in myself, the universe, whatever you want to call it. They're just the situation. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I'll talk to you soon.